I'm Gerald Bentley. This is Wrestling with Sales, and today we're talking with somebody who's making moves internationally. The Sean Legacy. He's jumping across the Pacific Ocean, starring in Pro Wrestling Noah in Japan, one of the meccas of professional wrestling. Sean, thanks a lot for joining us here.
Hey, thank you for having me, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, hey, a lot of people talk about wanting to get to Japan. I've interviewed a lot of wrestlers on the independent circuit around the country, really, especially a lot on the West Coast and in Las Vegas. And if you ask them, hey, where do you want to go? Where do you want to really wrestle? Tokyo, always
Yeah.
high on the list. How
Oh,
did it
yeah.
come about? How did you get involved in pro wrestling Noah?
So what happened was my teacher, Ethan Case, sent me this flyer that Pro Wrestling Noah was doing a seminar in San Jose. And I saw it and I was like, you know what? It's expensive to enter in. And then of course, I did the plane ticket and everything. But I was
Yeah.
like, you know what? I'm going to take a chance and I'm going to do it. So I took the chance and got to San Jose and did the seminar up there. It was Nakajima, Marufuji were the judges. And out of 40 people, I got picked. I was the only one that got picked. There were 40 people, and there were some that I knew that was like that are pretty big, especially up in the West Coast area. So, but I remember. So what it was it was a 5 minute match, a little tryout match, and I remember after the match, uh, one of the guys opened the doors and was like, "Hey, y'all, how old are you?" And I gave him my age, and then he yelled it out. And then, like, as soon as that door shut, so many people were like, "Hey, bro, you just got picked, right?" And I'm like, "No, no, 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 no. Let's not do this. No, 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 no." And at the end of it, man, they called out the winner, and it was me. And dude, it's still surreal. That was probably my favorite wrestling moment. Was that
Oh,
seminar,
I
honestly.
bet, because heck, just to put some context in it, you flew cross country and
I spent like over
had
$1,600.
no idea how it was going to go when you got there, right?
Yeah, no, I had no idea. No idea what was going to happen. I had no
And
idea what we were going to be doing.
one of
Yeah,
40,
yeah,
and you had a 5-minute match to impress.
yep. And I was second. We were the second match. We were the second match, and then they were like
Well,
I
and then you
said,
had to
like fifth.
wait for 18 more.
Yeah, dude, and it was cold. It was cold outside. That's what we had to wait outside. It was cold, and it took a while. And the thing is, which blows my mind, is there's this once in a lifetime seminar, and there were a couple people that were showing up late.
Hmm.
Like, I do not understand. Like, they were seriously people were like, I think maybe the seventh or eighth match was coming. Four or five people were coming in. Hey, is this a seminar?
Wow.
I was like, what?
Well,
What?
in a culture, because different than a lot of American independent wrestling, pro wrestling, Noah, you're in that dojo culture. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's respect,
Oh
it's
yeah.
honor, it's
Oh yeah.
tradition.
Yep.
I've interviewed New Japan Wrestling dojo trainers. Everybody stays together. Everybody makes breakfast together. You set up the ring together. You break it down together. That's so
Yep.
important and so ingrained. Yeah, how could you be late?
That's what I'm saying. I have
Wow.
no idea. I have no idea. Yeah, me and a friend of mine, that Chip Day, we flew together, and we were basically hanging out because we took like a 2 day trip in San Jose while we were up there, and it's gorgeous. But yeah, me and Chip were looking at each other, and we showed up like 4 or 5 hours early. Like, we showed
Sure.
up extremely early, and man, me and Chip were just like, how can you spend this much money and be late? Because I'm not the only one that was spending a lot of money,
Yeah.
for this tryout. Everybody was.
Well, and
So,
I guess it's a little bit of just thinking, hey, I'm it. I'm the next. I'm the
Mm-hmm.
next Rock. I'm the next Cena. I'm the next Chris Jericho. They see me, they're going to need me. And
Yeah,
you
it
probably
was.
never even got a chance to register if you weren't there ready to go.
Yeah, yeah, 100%, 100%, man. I remember when they said my name and I looked down and I started crying. And when I say I looked down, it felt like I was looking down for like 15 minutes. And it was like 3 seconds.
Yeah.
But man, I will never forget that moment. Oh,
So
so crazy.
you get that. As a dealer, you spend a lot of time buying cars at auction. If you're using Edge Pipeline to manage your purchases, then this is big news. Montway Auto Transport has partnered with Auction Edge to add a transportation option onto Edge Pipeline. Now dealers can manage their auction buys and book transportation with just one click right in the Edge Pipeline platform. As a nationwide leader in auto transport, Montway understands a dealer's need for speed and efficiency and can arrange single or multi-vehicle moves from auction to any lot in the country. With Montway's technology, dealers can gain full transit visibility and tracking after an order has been booked, making it much easier to manage inventory. Buy, ship, and track all in Edge Pipeline. Go to www.montway.com/WS to learn more.
Crazy.
You get to head out there. What's the experience once you get out? There's a nice little scenery shot of you in Japan.
Good old Mount Fuji, me and Ninja Mac hanging out.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, you get out there, how unique was the experience? Because now you're wrestling on a world stage, Wrestle Universe available everywhere, and
mm-hmm.
I'll show the link here. You can go to Wrestle Universe and get a 7-day free trial membership
Yep.
right now. That's going to allow you to watch the big N1 finals from
Yes, and
Osaka on
oof,
September 3rd. That's really the pinnacle of the Noah season. And
yep.
you can watch it for free if you just go to Wrestle Universe. You get out there, you're in in the major leagues.
Mm-hmm.
How did how did you deal with that? What kind of an adjustment was there going, not just traveling across the coast, but traveling internationally, and now you're on that next level after a 5-minute match?
Yeah, it was oh man, I was so nervous. I was so nervous because I didn't want to do anything wrong, you know. I didn't know like I didn't want to be disrespectful. I didn't know like what to do. Man, I just remember how nervous I was when I had my first. So it's funny enough, my first match at Noah was in Osaka.
Okay.
Uh, so I remember after that match, my trainer called me Ethan, and he was like, "Dude, man, you like they picked you for a reason. You gotta show you, like, because you were nervous. Because man, I would hit a move. When I would hit a move in my head, I was like, "Yeah, fire up!" But I would hit a move and I would just stare, you know.
Mhm.
And I'm like, "Oh, that's not what I thought I looked like," you know. Oh, you could see the
Sure.
Yeah, but
So you kind of questioning your actions, maybe trying too hard to
yep,
be perfect, and then when you
yep,
do that, everything kind of
yep.
slows down. You lose that
Yeah, I was
natural move
exactly.
and feel.
I was thinking way too much. I was having fun a little bit,
Mhm.
but I was just thinking way too much and I really wasn't enjoying it, you know. The only time I remember enjoying it is when I got the pin. When I got the pin, I remember just on my knees and that's when I was like breathing like, "Oh, that just happened," you know? Like that's
Yeah,
insane. That's crazy. I thought, I really thought the language barrier was gonna be there for like, like talking about and calling the match and stuff. But
sure.
man, when it comes to wrestling, they're really good with the hand gesture and stuff like that. And they really know the basic stuff. And it was not bad at all. Was not bad at all.
How long were you up there on the tour with Noah?
3 months. So the 3 months. Yep. There's me picking good old Stallion Rogers up for good old shambles. That's a finishing move I came up with up there in the dojo. Yeah, that's in Shinjuku.
Okay.
Stallion's a great guy too. He's up there for like 7 months, and he's a fantastic. I learned a lot. I learned a lot from everybody, but I learned a lot working Stallion at that match as well.
Were there a few other Americans up there with you? Americans or Canadians?
There were a couple of foreigners. Me, Stallion Rogers, Anthony Green, Saxon Huxley, Chris Ridgway, Dago Wagner, uh, Dante, Ninja Mac. Yeah, there's a couple of other foreigners there.
Anthony
100%.
Green, just recently on Impact on AEW.
Yes, yes. The
Now
best
part of
part,
the good-looking guys, right?
yeah, GLG. Yep, him, Jack
Yeah.
Morris as well. Jack Morris. Yep. Yeah, the best part about being up there 3 months is how much I can like pick everybody's brain up there and learning about pro wrestling because when I go up there, Noah, I'm at the bottom. I'm at the bottom, and I get to learn from all of these other guys
Hmm.
to help me in my career. And I learned so much in those 3 months that I've had my entire wrestling career. It's insane. It
Well,
is
and it's
insane.
different too than
Hmm.
being in America, working the independent circuit. Okay, there's a show in Augusta, maybe there's a show in Savannah, a show in
Yep.
Atlanta, and you're driving around and you have that one show a week. In some areas of the country, a lot of independent wrestlers, they get one swing a month or they
Yeah.
have to go to a different state. Up
Yep.
there, it's intensive and you were going 3 months full time,
Hmm.
just hammering away. So it really has to dramatically accelerate the learning curve and just really make you feel so much more comfortable.
Yes. 100%. 100%, man. Yes, the training they do there is intense. I love the training up there. I really do. I'm a psycho and I like the hard work training stuff like that. So I enjoyed every moment. Every moment.
And got to go up against some pretty big names. Here's a name that you see quite a bit because of the
Yep.
forbidden door being open. Zack Sabre Jr.
Yep.
You're
Yep.
one of the New Japan champions.
Yeah, that was it's so funny about this all together again. Nobody told me I was booked on this. I saw it on Twitter. And that's
Oh,
how I
really?
figured out, yep. I was not told that I was booked on that. I scrolled through Twitter and I saw this on the Pro Wrestling Noah page. It was like Sean Legacy, Chris Ridgway versus Zack Sabre and Vegeta. And I was like, wait, what? I was like, what? I was like, I remember uh, yeah, I was staying at the dorm.
Uh-huh.
Stallion's above me, and I'm at the bottom bunk. And I remember just like sitting up really fast when I saw that, and I hit my head on the bunk because they're so tiny. I was like, "What?" I was like, "Yo!" I was like, "Nobody told me." But it was an awesome surprise, though.
Oh, wow.
It
And
was yeah, it was
safe to say the
fantastic.
biggest match you've been involved in so far?
Yes, yeah, definitely, 100%.
No.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you take from working a match with a couple of competitors like that?
Oh man, I mean, there's so much. It's for wrestling. It's the small things, It's the small things you could take from that. In the match wise, it's probably first I want to say Zack Sabre Jr. Man, that man is one of the nicest guys. He really is. That man is a genius, and to be able to work with him and to do a little bit of technical wrestling with him showing me some stuff is
Mhm.
amazing. Uh, but being in that match at all together was a blessing. I was grateful to be a part of it. Uh, Man, you just got to enjoy every second. You got to. And that's what I was telling myself as soon as I was about to go out in that entrance. I was like, man, breathe, breathe and enjoy this because you don't know if this is going to happen again, you know? So uh, definitely was grateful and blessed for that.
And was that towards the end of the 3-month tour, or
That was, I want to say that was probably towards the, yeah, maybe the end of 2 months. That was probably the
okay?
end of 2 months. Yeah. Yeah. I want to say the end of 2 months.
Well, and now back in the States, how has the experience of being out there in pro wrestling, Noah, how has it helped you with picking up work across the country?
Yeah, it's definitely, before Noah, I was wrestling maybe once or twice, just about almost every weekend. But now, I'm at least booked. I'm at least booked once a show a weekend now, which is nice. Uh, uh, it's mainly two every weekend. I'm trying to get that three, trying to get that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday every weekend.
Okay.
But pro wrestling Noah has definitely helped out, man. Because
Elevated it, yeah.
yeah, man. I mean, when you're a foreigner, when you're an American, and you get to say you worked in Japan, especially for a company like Pro Wrestling Noah or New Japan,
Mhm.
that helps you out. That helps you out a lot, a lot, a lot. And a lot more people want to uh, like send you matches and stuff, and have them like, can you watch this? Can you see what it is that I need to do better and stuff like that? So it's pretty cool because I got some of the students at Ethan's school asking me, what can I do better at this move? What looks sloppy? What needs to be more theatrical? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So so yeah, man, it's awesome. It's it's just insane, man. Uh, insane how much I learned, and that's what I definitely when I because I knew I was going to be there for 3 months. Whenever I was told I was coming up there, so I was definitely taking that opportunity to learn as much as I can up there when it comes to technical, when it comes to calling, when it comes to footwork, when it comes to moves, when it comes to storytelling, the moves that matter, when to place these moves. I was definitely asking my questions 100%.
Well, the influence of the Japanese style, the strong style, you see it everywhere.
Yeah.
AEW has a big New Japan presence. The big show this past
Mm,
weekend in London, you had Aussie Open out there,
yep.
Ibushi out there
Yep.
wrestling with Kenny Omega and Hangman Page, obviously former members of the Bullet Club in Japan. Will
Yeah.
Ospreay had a great match against Chris Jericho, who really rejuvenated his career by being the Painmaker in New Japan.
Yep.
Impact just had the Multiverse show with New Japan. MLW's working with New Japan. So
Yeah.
that Japanese strong style, it's really influencing
Yeah.
American wrestling.
Well,
And what do you see when you're at a Japanese pro wrestling show at the high level with the Noah, with the New Japan? What do you see as the difference just in the, I don't know, maybe the presentation, the just the
they
perception of wrestling?
they make the smallest things, the small moves, they tell a story out of it. For example, the first one I'm going to is shoulder tackles. You know, when they do shoulder tackles and stuff, they will
Hmm.
make a story out of that. And they're so good at when to place these shoulder tackles and when to tell the story and to go back. And they're so theatrical with it. They're giving it their all. I mean, they really look like they're just hitting each other, hitting each other, hitting each other, hitting each other. None of them are bumping. And just how, like I said before, how theatrical they are with it. But man, they are so good at making the small moves, drop kick, and arm drag, a hip toss. Just they're so good at making it look so pretty. And if you can do that, man, the crowd, you're not gonna lose the fans' eyes, when they're watching it. They're so because you see some American when they do a drop kick, they're like, ugh,
Hmm.
it can kill a match. It can kill a
Yeah.
match, just one, but they're so good at like honestly being so perfect at these moves that just those small moves. Like, whoa, wait till they get to the big moves. They're not even at the big moves yet,
Hmm.
but they already got your attention on the drop kick, a hip toss, these shoulder tackles. And
That's a good
man,
point.
yeah, and man, they are so like I got to watch some of the young boys train at Noah, and the only moves they can do is a hip toss, a body slam, drop kick, and arm drag. Those are really that's their move set. Maybe a crossbody.
Okay.
That's it. That's all they can do. And man, the way they structure hitting those moves and making each move matter. And of course, they use like the best one they can use at the end as a finish or something like that. There's one guy that uses the drop kick, and he has the prettiest drop kick. And like, I don't think he uses as a finish, but he could. He could. It's just that damn pretty. But that's what I think that separates with Japan with American is man, they really work on these small moves, and they could do a match with just those small moves because they do it so it's so pretty, so fluent.
Excellence of execution,
Yes, one hundred
to use
percent.
a wrestling phrase. But yeah, no, that makes sense because you see that in a Kenny Omega, see it in Zack Sabre Jr. I mean, he can do a simple wrist lock and
Simple
make
wrist
it
lock, and
look
it's the
like a
prettiest.
devastating move. And quite
Hmm.
honestly, if he slapped that on you and was really trying, it would
Yeah,
be a devastating move.
yeah, 100%. He makes it's so smooth too, so smooth. Just a wrist lock.
Yeah.
If you can make it, man, if you can make a wrist lock, just if you can get into it so smooth and so pretty, oh man, you got it. You got it. And that's one of the things I was really trying to work on over there was just that small basic moves. I want to make it look as pretty as much as pretty as possible.
So what's coming up next for Sean Legacy? Where can people
So
see you? Where can they find you here now that you're back in the States?
so this Thursday in Atlanta, Georgia, is a thing called Dragon Con. All right. It's like a Comic Con convention. Well,
Hmm.
Dragon Con is Thursday through Monday. So how they open Dragon Con is they do wrestling, and that's how they open Dragon Con. And basically, it's going to be like 15 to 2,000 people in here that are
Okay.
non-wrestling fans that are going to watch this wrestling show. And non-wrestling fans are the best
So be
because
captivated by it.
you could hit these simple moves, and they're going to be like, oh my gosh, this man just did an arm drag, like. But what I love about it the most is so I started doing the Dragon Con wrestling like 3 years ago. I have a friend that always goes with me. His name's Wade Adams, and he is like probably one of the best like gimmick wrestling guys I've ever wrestled or I've ever talked to.
Hmm.
Um, he is very creative at making gimmicks as well. We had a Christmas brawl match one time, and he made lightsaber hockey sticks, legit out of hockey sticks, and you'll turn a button and it'll go into a lightsaber.
Okay.
And it was the coolest thing. I'm so upset that we broke it because that was the next spot was us having a lightsaber battle and it busted one of the bulbs. So upset. But 3 years ago, we did one where he's like evil Santa. I'm an elf. Last year, I was Peacemaker, and he was a butterfly.
Okay.
And now this year, I'm going to be Bowser, and he's going to be Mario. And we have all these gimmicks that we're going to use. He made his very own chain chop that looks really cool. And basically, he's going to be a heel Mario, and I'm going to be a face Bowser, and basically getting into it is me breaking the fourth wall kind of thing. And
Yeah.
I'm very excited. It's honestly my favorite match of the year. It really is because it's
Sounds
in
like
front
a
of a
fun, yeah, sounds like a
oh
fun deal.
it's gonna be fantastic. I can't wait. I'm definitely gonna be posting a lot about that. So,
That
but
is
yeah,
neat. And
that's
where can people follow you on social medias?
yeah. The one I use the most is Instagram. Sean Sean underscore legacy one.
Okay. And now I know you said that it looks like, and I know you're shooting for it, another trip to Japan fairly soon.
Yes, yes, definitely,
Awesome.
definitely.
Well, hey, let's go ahead and wind it down here. We'll go to the championship round. Got the
Let's
dealership
do it.
rescue belt for you here. Get to the
Let's do
championship
it.
round, brought to us by our friends at Montway Auto Transport. If you need to get a vehicle transported, I don't know if they can take it all the way to Japan, but they can definitely take the vehicles for you from any auto auction, from your dealership to the customer's house. Easy, simple. Just go to www.montway.com/WS, and you can find out all about Montway Auto Transport and how they're integrated into Edge Pipeline now to help you get those auction cars to the dealership. So with that, let's go ahead and we'll hit the championship round. You had a chance to go wrestle in Japan. Who was your favorite Japanese wrestler of all time?
Oh man, Marufuji, man. Oh man, that is oh, he is fantastic. What a legend. What a legend he is. And oh man, the nicest person you'll ever meet. So nice, man. Marufuji 100%. It's got to be
Okay.
him. I got a chance to face him a little bit at Corkin Hall in a tag match. Him and I got to go at it, and man, that crowd, Corkin Hall, that crowd is electric.
One of the
And man,
legendary venues in professional
yes,
wrestling.
yes, extremely legend. And me and Marufuji got to go in there, and the crowd started chanting Legacy, and then they started chanting Marufuji, then it went back to Legacy.
Uh-huh.
Ooh,
Awesome.
ooh, goosebumps.
How about your favorite non-wrestling experience in Japan?
Oh man, I think there's more of those. Oh goodness, I was all over. If I had to say it right now, probably Mount Fuji. Going with Mount Fuji. Ninja Matt went with me, and seeing Mount Fuji was absolutely yes, that was absolutely gorgeous. And there's actually like an amusement park near Mount Fuji, and you got to go up a roller coaster. Definitely afraid of roller coasters, but
Huh.
me and Ninja are going up. When we're going up, I'm like freaking out, and then when we're about to go down, you see Mount Fuji, and it's like, whoa, that's really pretty. And then you're going down, and then I'm screaming. It's like 4 seconds, but yeah, had to be Mount Fuji.
And finally, pick one active wrestler you want to have a match against. Who would it be?
Oh man, one active wrestler. Um, I honestly, I would like to do Marufuji one on one. I
Okay.
would. I would. We did a tag match. We did something for about like maybe 2 minutes, 2 minutes in the match, 2, 3 minutes. But I would love to have a one-on-one match. And I'm really upset I get to miss Allspray and Marufuji at Corkin Hall coming up in a few weeks. I would love to be there live to watch that. That's going to be a great match. But shout out to Marufuji. Two days ago, I think it's 25 years of pro wrestling.
Mm,
Man's a legend.
it's
Still looking
impressive.
great. Yeah.
It's it's hard to keep going because
Yes.
how long have you been going at it now?
Mine's about 5 years. And what Mayor Fuji has done back in his younger, oh my goodness, it's a surprise. He is still surprised that he's still moving on some of these moves he's done. It's
Yeah,
insane.
no, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Some of the guys that are still going now, it really is incredible.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean, I want to make sure we mention one more time for everybody watching on YouTube on the Fired Up Network. You still have a chance. You can catch some of the best of Pro Wrestling Noah. You can watch the N1 finals. They're coming up on September 3rd from Osaka. All you have to do is visit Wrestle Universe, sign up for the free 7-day trial. You can get a ton of wrestling. You can go down the rabbit hole, if you will, and watch some amazing professional wrestling from one of the leaders in pro wrestling worldwide, Pro Wrestling Noah. Sean Legacy, hey, thanks a lot for stepping in the ring with us. Your legacy's just being built now, but you can definitely catch up and watch some of your matches on Wrestle Universe as well.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much for
Awesome.
having me.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on, stepping in the ring. Till the next time here on the Fired Up Network, I'm Gerald Bentley. We'll see you again in the ring.